From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Pride weekend is now underway. We take a look at some of the celebrations, including tomorrow's main event, the parade in San Francisco. And as a separate trans march makes its way through the city, organizers say Pride weekend is partly about standing up for their rights.
I think it's important for people in other parts of the country, in small towns and red states, to be able to see couples like us.
San Francisco's district attorney says that for now she will not file charges against the man arrested for a rolling gun battle on the Embarcadero. The DA provides an explanation. Good morning. It is Saturday, June 24th. I'm Devin Feely. Let's start with a quick check of our weather with First Alert meteorologist Paul Hagan.
We've reached the last weekend in June, but it still feels like the middle of April as a parade of ripples in the upper levels of the atmosphere has been allowing the marine layer to remain nice and deep. And this parade of those ripples in the far upper levels of the atmosphere is going to continue into early next week. And then we have some changes farther down the line, warmer temperatures late next week. A lot of 50s out there this morning. Those temperatures will be slow to warm up, a mix of 50s and 60s by noon. Inland temperatures are going to end up about 8 to 12 degrees below average this afternoon, only low to mid 60s around the bay.
It is one of the biggest celebrations in the entire Bay Area and certainly one of the busiest weekends in San Francisco all year. Pride weekend is now upon us, and music and dancing is spilling out into the streets. But there is also a more serious side as people continue to advocate for equality. And to kick it all off, there was a laser display last night that stretched nearly from one side of the city to the other. Betty Yu begins our coverage with a look at last night's events.
The crowd is still eagerly waiting for this full laser rainbow to light up Market Street. As you can see, each color is coming on one by one. Now, once it does, this will be considered the world's largest pride flag. It was a vibrant celebration fit for ushering in the most colorful display of pride yet in this city. Among the crowd, 12-year-old Rowan Stefanian. And what does Pride Month mean to you?
Well, it's just a really fun way to celebrate who you are and show your colors.
She said she identifies as bisexual.
There's nothing to hide, really. Like, everyone's so welcoming now. Like, so there's nothing really to not be confident about unless people don't like that.
The lights represent the love for all San Francisco stands for. Mayor London Breed carried the pride torch and helped light the display.
Because, you know, San Francisco has been getting a bad rap lately. But for those of you who live here, those of you who walk the streets of San Francisco, you can tell another story. You can talk about the story of San Francisco based on your own experience, based on love, based on acceptance, based on bringing people together.
Dozens came together for the public lighting. After a successful debut last year, this installation, called Welcome, is more striking at 4.1 miles long, 49 feet wide, and consisting of 12 laser space cannons. Illuminate, the nonprofit arts group behind the Bay Lights, slowly blasted each laser down Market Street over an hour.
Our hearts go out to all LGBTQ plus people across the country. It's awful that they're being persecuted and books are being banned. We hope that we can show a beacon of welcome and celebration here in San Francisco.
Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi said just before she left D.C., she was at an event sadly observing the one-year anniversary of the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
I was making my remarks, and I said, when I leave here, I'm going home to San Francisco to see all of you and turn on the rainbow lights to express our pride. And you know what they said to me? Get out of here.
Another important part of the Pride weekend is the Trans March, now in its 20th year. Jose Martinez was there.
It's a celebration nobody wants to miss.
It's nice out here, the people, the entertainment, I mean, the good vibe, and some of my friends are here.
Especially Christina Gilmore, a drag entertainer who has captivated audiences in San Francisco since 1995. For her, this year's Trans March rally holds a special significance. As the crowd gathered at Dolores Park, we met Sweet Candy. She's been a transgender advocate since the first time she attended this march in 2008.
We got events like this are important because we raise our voices and we're heard. We're not going to just take it. We're going to fight back for our rights just to have a fair chance to live our lives as, and just be happy.
That's why the organizers say this year's program has a bigger purpose.
We are celebrating today. We're very intentional in putting together our programming to really validate some of that anger about the 500 plus anti-trans legislative bills that are in the country right now.
And Sweet Candy says the battle will continue.
Because, hey, trans rights are human rights, and we have a right to be like anybody else. We're not hurting anybody, and we should protect the trans youth, too, because they matter, and they're going to have an opportunity to do things that the youth 20 years ago when they were coming out didn't have.
He say yes. Thank you.
Pierre and Herb were among 250 couples who came to City Hall on Friday to celebrate pride and love by tying the knot. Same-sex couples have been able to marry in California for 10 years, but now many feel like it's once again a critical moment for marriage equality.
With everything that's going on across the country, who knows where gay rights are headed, so now seems like a great time to do it.
I think it's important for people in other parts of the country, in small towns and red states, to be able to see couples like us getting married, celebrating pride, and knowing that they're not alone.
Those newlyweds all receive commemorative pride certificates. Now, police say that they're taking steps to make sure that all of the celebrations stay safe. The department is canceling off days to reach staffing levels for maximum patrols. They're also on high alert because of an increase in hostile rhetoric around the country.
This week is truly a celebratory time in the city and county of San Francisco. Pride Weekend is one of our biggest, probably our very biggest event, and it's really where we showcase the diversity that this city has to offer, and the fact that we really are a safe haven for the LGBTQ community.
If you're heading to the Pride Parade tomorrow, expect a lot of traffic. Public transportation is an option, but Muti wants everyone to know that many downtown bus lines are being rerouted. Now, BART is expecting its peak travel time on Sunday to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. heading into downtown San Francisco, and then again from 4 to 8 p.m. getting out of downtown. SF Bay Ferry is also expecting high ridership for Sunday's parade. They're adding additional trips on Sunday morning and evening on the Vallejo, Oakland, and Alameda routes. On Thursday, the ferry hit a post-pandemic milestone, carrying more than 10,000 passengers. That's the second highest weekday ridership since 2020, behind only the trips for the Warriors Championship Parade a year ago. And be sure to catch our special Hope, Love, and Pride, a celebration tomorrow at 10 a.m. to noon. It airs live on our sister station, KBCW, and it streams on the free CBS News app. In other news, the suspect in a deadly shooting near San Francisco BART station has been arrested, but not before police say he tried to get away in a taxi. Police say 18-year-old Davion Crawford of Sacramento shot a man outside the Powell station just before 9 on Thursday night. Now, police saw someone matching his description getting into a taxi nearby and pulled the car over. Crawford is now charged with murder. Police have not said what led up to that shooting. In another San Francisco case, the man arrested for last weekend's rolling gun battle on the Embarcadero will not be charged, at least for now. 6 people were hurt in that shootout between 2 cars on Father's Day that went on for more than a mile down the waterfront. A 33-year-old Pittsburgh man was arrested, but DA Brooks Jenkins said yesterday that there's not enough evidence to prosecute. Jenkins wrote, "This is a complex investigation involving multiple crime scene locations, many witnesses, as well as significant evidence that must be analyzed." Jenkins could still decide to file charges in the future. The suspect is in custody on unrelated charges. Human remains were found outside the Oakland Zoo yesterday afternoon. The discovery of a body happened on Gulf Links Road near Mountain Boulevard, near a back entrance to the zoo. Now, police say they got the call, and when they arrived, they found someone who had died. They have not said how that person died or who the victim is. An investigation is underway. A new development in the effort to find a new police chief in Oakland. Now, back in January, you probably remember, Mayor Sheng Tao suspended and then fired Chief Larong Armstrong, saying that he mishandled officer misconduct cases. Well, now the police commission has hired a consulting firm from Los Angeles to take over the search. This comes amid infighting between members of the commission. The consulting firm says it expects the hiring process to take about 5 months.